And good morning. Welcome to episode 5 of the Methow Valley Interpretive Center's Notes from the Center. Whew, it's a hot day today and a great time to head to your favorite river spot or a cool lake. It's also a wonderful time to honor this plant here, chokecherry. This time of the year is known as Tan, time of the chokecherries. And this is the chokecherry. The chokecherries can be eaten fresh, although I have done that and don't really enjoy it that much. It also can be dried individually, like a raisin. You can dry them or pound them fresh. You can add them, as is traditionally done, with fish heads, fish tails, fish eggs. You can boil them with salmon or meat. If you happen to be out of salmon heads, tails, and eggs, as I happen to be, you could try adding some other fat like coconut oil or your favorite animal fat, making it into a cake, drying it into the sun, drying it in your dehydrator at home, and see how that tastes for you. One thing to be careful of is chokecherries, the pits, the leaves, the stems, the branches are all fairly full of cyanide. So why would a plant have that? That is probably as an antidote for herbivory. Pretty amazing. So not only would you maybe get a little poison by eating this if you were a deer or a rabbit, but you also probably wouldn't like the taste. Speaking of herbivory, I just happen to be here with this, which is Russian olive, not a native plant, but has another amazing adaptation to keep herbivores at bay. Look at those spines. If you ever stepped on one of those or been poked by one, you can know that you would not want to eat this plant because it's so well armored right there. Okay. Want to mention a few other plants that are fruiting at this time, important cultural plants, including huckleberries. If you happen to be up in the mountains, huckleberries called hulk. And if you happen to be in places where those should be ripening right now, Heart's Pass, maybe now or a little bit later, lower down, definitely happening now. Another one is foamberry, also called soapberry or sopalale, sohusum, and those are kind of at a middle elevation. They are famously used to make deliciously astringent and bitter, Indian ice cream. If you haven't tried that, you gotta try it. And also blue elderberries, which is called tsikikwa. And that is not a traditional food that tribes of this area used a whole lot, but definitely comes through strongly in our European ancestry. And we're going to take a look at that plant now. So here we are with the blue elderberry called tsikikwa. And blue elderberries, when they're ripe, turn blue like this and have this beautiful stomatal bloom, sort of a white covering over the fruits. So those are ripe, and these are young and ripening. So this plant, Native Americans of this area don't use it a whole lot. I have heard that they may have collected it at some point and stored it underneath snow and then come back later and eaten it that way. But this is one in our European tradition, we don't eat raw. This is definitely something you cook. And the easiest way, the best way to process these is to take this whole thing, like I'm gonna do now, freezing that, and then you can very quickly and easily just kind of rub it together and they'll fall off. You then can dry it. It's a great dried fruit and medicine for the winter months, especially if you're feeling like you have the flu or a virus, something like that. You can make teas out of it. You can also make syrups out of it. And we have a wonderful description of how to do that from Bruce Morrison that'll be coming out on our website soon. And one of the things that I love to do is to make a jelly out of chokecherry and elderberry. They're often, I find, growing together or close together and ripening about this time. chokecherry, right now is chokecherry time. They're ripe now, and these are just starting to ripen around the valley. So if you can harvest them together, I'd love to make a jelly out of both of these, and also a syrup. It's really delicious and a great tonic for bringing this hot time of the year into the cold winter months. One other thing that I wanted to mention about elderberries and about chokecherries is that the ones that we're showing today are here growing at my house. And these are wonderful plants to bring into your own home space. And if you want more information about that, how to cultivate them and where to get them, if you're looking to buy some, I'm sure that Rob Crandall at Methow Natives can help you out. So consider bringing them into your own place and making them a part of your own home garden. Thank you very much. Wai ihi put. That's all for now.